Hey guys, so this is how I installed the aftermarket speakers into my 2015 Lancer SE Limited Edition. Let's get started here. So on the door panel, there's three screws that you have to take out. The first one is right by the handle to open the door. Just under a little plastic tab you pop out. It's a Phillips screw. Then there's another one by the grab handle on the door. Little cover, it just pops open once again. Phillips screw. And then the last one is on the side of the door panel. It's just obvious right there. Then the tweeter cover just literally pulls right off. There's no screws in that. Then what I did was start pulling on the panel from the bottom and going along the edge of the door panel, and you can hear all the tabs popping out as you go. And in behind the panel there's a few cables back there for the door handle and locks and such, but I just left them connected because they weren't in my way. So that's what the stock speaker in the stock housing looks like. It's just a white clip you have to push to the left to get it out. And after you pull that out, to pull the actual speaker off, you just twist it counterclockwise and then pull. There's just three slots there that you see it goes into. So these are both the front speakers I have here. That's what they look like out of the car. You can see the three tabs there that hold it in. Make sure not to get rid of those. And now we're going to start hacking up the speaker. So I started by pulling off this little foam piece on the edge, just to get that out of the way. And then just start taking a knife and cutting the stock speaker out. I started an edge there and then pulled on it to get it started. After you get that all pulled out, you just want to start cutting all the plastic pieces that hold the speaker in to the housing. Just use a pair of side cutters for this. But make sure you do not cut the three tabs that hold the speaker in, because you definitely need to keep those. Then after you get all those cut out, you just snip the little speaker leads there. Two wires to get the speaker out. Just give it a wiggle and it should come right out. And go straight into the trash. And then if you want, you can clean up the cuts a little bit and get rid of excess plastic. You don't really need to, but I did. So that's what it'll look like when you're all done cutting. You still have the three clips there. Now the fun part was figuring out how this speaker was going to screw into the bracket, because as you can see, it's just hollow where the screws should go in. So I had no idea how I was going to do it, but I actually did end up figuring something out. I started by marking out the four locations of where the speakers would screw into on the sides. And just make sure to mark it at a depth to where your screw will actually reach. And what you'll end up doing is using these little speaker clips that come with most speakers, which I just dropped, to actually hold the speaker down. So you will need two slits in each spot, about half a centimeter apart. So for this I used my cheap Dremel kit that I picked up at Canadian Tire for 30 bucks, and it came with a ton of stuff, so it was awesome to use. Using a cutting disc now for this. So there's my two slits I'm doing in each section. Just big enough so that those clips can slide into, which I'll show you pretty quick here. And this is what I ended up with. Went a little wide with the cuts, but it doesn't really matter as long as you got them. So these are the clips that came with the speakers, and you'll actually have to grind them down to make them fit. Then you're just going to want to push one of the clips into each one of the 4 sections that you cut out to fit between the 2 slits. A little bit of wiggling, but you get it. And the reason I had to grind them all down is so that they would fit right in between those 2 walls that you can see. So there we go, got them all in now. They just need to fit in enough so that your screw will go through the holes vertically. Then you just lay your speaker down in those spots that you got ready, line it all up, and then just start putting your screws. I used the screws that came with the speakers, and start screwing them in lightly just to make sure they all go in. Here's a quick shot of how it looks when it's all screwed in tight. Make sure you do all 4 of them up. And flipping it over, you can see I also put in my positive and negative terminals there and hook them all up. And then after that's all done, I decided to put this little piece of foam back on. I'm not sure if it really matters, but I stuck it back on anyways because it was still sticky enough. Then you just place it back in the 3 slots and give it a clockwise rotation this time to lock it in place. Then my positive and negative wires I just have coming out to the left of the speaker there. I just found on Google that yellow is positive and the light green is negative, so you just get those connected. And I just used some butt connectors for those. Then just reverse everything you did to take the panel off and put your 3 screws back in. And then it's all done after that. So there you have it. I hope this video can help some people out because I had no idea what to do and I ended up having to figure it out myself. So thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe if you liked what you see and you want to see more.